With modern drones and missiles, it seems like tanks would be sitting ducks. But can tanks survive modern drones and missiles? What would it take to destroy a tank with a drone or missile? Can tanks defend themselves against these threats? How effective are current anti-drone and anti-missile systems?
Right.
Let's find out. A key factor in determining whether a tank can survive an attack from a drone or missile is the type of munition being used. Drones drop munitions vary widely in their destructive capabilities. Some are simply small explosive devices designed to damage or destroy the tanks, sensors, and cameras. Others are larger and more powerful, capable of penetrating a tank's armor and causing significant damage to its internal components. Missiles, on the other hand, are generally more powerful than drone-drop munitions and can pose a greater threat to tanks. Anti-tank guided missiles, in particular, are designed specifically to penetrate tank armor and can be deadly if they hit a weak point in the tank's defenses. The effectiveness of a drone or missile against a tank also depends on several factors. The first is the type of armor the tank has. Modern tanks are equipped with composite armor, which is designed to be lighter and more effective than traditional steel armor. Composite armor can help to protect a tank from drone-dropped munitions by spreading the impact of an explosion over a larger area and absorbing the energy of a missile's impact. Another important factor is the angle at which the drone or missile approaches the tank. A direct hit from the front is most likely to cause catastrophic damage, especially if it strikes at one of the tank's weak points, such as the engine deck or the area around the turret. However, a tank's armor is typically less effective against attacks from the side or rear, where the armor is less thick and more vulnerable. Additionally, a well-executed attack from the rear can catch the tank off guard and prevent it from fully rotating its turret to face the threat. But even if a tank is hit by a powerful drone or missile, it may not be immediately destroyed. Many modern tanks have built-in redundancy in their critical systems, meaning that if one component is damaged, another component can take its place. This can keep the tank operational even after a direct hit. However, if a second hit occurs in the same area, it could potentially disable the secondary system and destroy the tank. So what does it take to destroy a tank with a drone or missile? Generally, it takes a very precise and powerful munition to penetrate the armor of a modern tank. For example, some anti-tank missiles use a shaped charge warhead, which is designed to concentrate the explosive force of the munition in a narrow jet of molten metal. This jet of metal can penetrate even the thickest armor, but it's only effective if it strikes the tank at a shallow angle. If the missile hits the tank at too steep of an angle, the shaped charge warhead may not be able to penetrate the armor. In this case, a tank with composite armor and a crew that is properly trained and equipped should be able to survive the impact of a single anti-tank missile. But what about multiple drone-drop munitions or a large missile with a powerful warhead? It's possible that a combination of these could eventually overwhelm a tank's defenses. However, this would likely only happen if the munitions were to hit the tank from multiple angles and exploit one of its weak points. So can tanks defend themselves against drones and missiles? There are several ways that tanks can defend themselves against drone-drop munitions and missiles. One approach is to use active protection systems, which are designed to intercept incoming projectiles before they can hit the tank. These systems typically consist of sensors, a control unit, and explosive charges. When a missile or munition is launched towards the tank, the sensors detect the threat and the control unit calculates the best course of action. An explosive charge is then detonated in front of the incoming projectile, destroying it before it can reach the tank. Other tanks utilize soft kill systems to defend against drone-drop munitions. These systems typically involve electronic warfare to jam the communications between the drone and its controller, or to confuse the drone's sensors. They may also employ laser dazzlers to temporarily blind the drone, or decoy launchers, which launch small flares to attract the drone's attention away from the actual tank. In conclusion, while tanks do offer greater protection than other ground vehicles, they are not invincible. A well-aimed and powerful drone-drop munition or anti-tank missile can still pose a serious threat to a tank's crew and its ability to operate. However, when used in conjunction with other defensive measures, such as active protection systems, electronic warfare, and decoy systems, tanks can effectively defend themselves against these threats and continue to perform their essential functions on the battlefield. As technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see new and innovative ways to protect tanks from aerial threats, ensuring that they remain an effective and important part of modern militaries. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.